don't want no controversy behind this. I don't want nobody flagging my channel, coming at me sideways. That's why I wanted to put it on Patreon, because some people will take offense to certain things that you say just because they're not mentally mature enough, mature enough to actually develop the mind frame to know what's factual and what's non-factual. That's why I wanted to send this to Patreon, but I'm gonna go ahead and slide it through to YouTube, because this is education purpose only. And a lot of people can learn from this. Even women can learn from this just as well. But the reason why the government protects women, kids, and animals is because women, kids, and animals doesn't see things through a logical lens. You get what I'm saying? And no, we're not comparing women to kids. We're not comparing women and kids to animals. We're not comparing animals to women and kids and vice versa. That's not what I'm on, fellas. I'm talking the actual truth and what's real. But before we get off into this shit, y'all already know what time it is. Go join the Patreon. It's up, it's golden, and it's lit. I'm telling you, it's for you, fellas. I advise you to go join. Like, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell. It's very important for you to do that. I'll be there for education purposes only, fair use only. Go to the description below my about section. You know how to get at me, fellas. And we're going to bring back the old school, what we always do. Wrists, elbows, knees, feet, shin, and everything to the back of her neck. Hold her down, submerge her down, locking her down with that gang. Once again, like, share, and subscribe, fellas. And y'all already know how we do this shit. Ear candy game, piping hot status. You're going to get it. Let's get to it. We know that the animals, that's why you got what's the word I'm looking for? Animal conservationists, conservation. I don't know, but that's why you got animal handlers. That's why you got the zookeepers, and things of that sort up under that umbrella when it comes to the actual conservationists, animal conservationists. When you the reason why we have them fellas is to actually tame the animals. They actually, talk to the animals, do the way they talk to the animals. The animals got understanding on what the zookeeper and all those guys who actually train the animals, they actually understand what they're saying. But these animals got to be trained. Otherwise, these animals are definitely going to go rogue without no training. It's ifs, ands, and buts about it. No man is safe around animals if they're not tamed. And we know in order to tame and domesticate an animal, you got to what? Feed it. Keep it sheltered and comfort, and yeah, it'll be your friend, But that's animals. Kids, on the other hand, are kids. Kids gonna make a mess. Kids run out in the middle of the street and they'll see a car coming. Like a deer, deer headlights, they see the car coming, they'll run out in the middle of the street. Kids do things that's like totally like kids do things that doesn't develop the sense behind it. And that's because they lack the concept of actually knowing right from wrong. They have to grow into that, be taught into learning right from wrong. A kid is going to touch a hot ass pot if the kid isn't taught that the pot is hot. He's going to test it and try it out and test it and fuck with it and test it and test it. Kind of remind you of someone, right? Yeah, women. Testing and keep fucking with it until it gets burnt or until it experiences, hot. And they know, not to touch those things. But kids, fellas, got to be watched over. They got to be monitored. They got to be fed, supported, clothed, bathed and everything, because the children don't have the concept as an adolescent or adult. They don't have the membrane to actually care for themselves, so they need to be monitored by a guardian, adult, or someone of that sort who actually know how to monitor children. That's where that is. Women, and that's why the children and the animals get their protection. You know, women, on the other hand, fellas, we already know. Like I said, we're not comparing women to animals. We don't do none of that shit. But women, on the other hand, fellas, they tend to see things through their feelings. They don't see things on a logical scale. They don't see things out of a logical lens. That's just how women are. For an example, you can break down a situation you've been in, just a simple fight at your job. Shouts out to Dave Chappelle. He said it best. Tony was talking shit. He was saying something slick. I pulled up on what you say. He said something disrespectful. I popped him in his motherfucking mouth. We both got fired. We got suspended or whatnot for a couple days until they actually see what's actually going on. Investigation, the HR department, all them gonna get involved with it, and that's it. That's over with. You just explained it that simple in like 10 seconds, 15 seconds. A woman, on the other hand, is going to explain the fight using her emotions. She's not going to bring logics in and, what's the outcome to the actual situation, which is you guys make up, get back to work. Just that simple. You're grown. You may not talk to one another no more. You may not be cool with one another no more, but just make up for the sake of this job and get your ass back to work. Just that simple. Women tend to bring their feelings in it. I woke up this morning and I was on the wrong side of the bed. My feet got caught up in the sheets and I tripped out of the bed. I was angry. Then I get a call from Michelle, and Michelle was talking her shit about her husband. I don't want to hear that shit. Then I go into the restroom, find out I'm on my motherfucking period, and then all of a sudden I get a call from Tim at the job saying that Erica was talking shit behind my back, and now I'm infuriated because I'm on my period. I got this going on. Then start explaining shit that ain't got shit to do with the actual fight that took place, fellas. That's how women are. And that's just an example. There's a lot of other things that I ain't gonna go through, I ain't gonna give it too much time. But it's just that simple, fellas. Women, children, and kids does not have the concept of logic, and until those kids get older, especially if it's a young man, then he will go into the concept of logics, because we as men, everything is placed on our shoulders. Everything is placed in our laps. Yes, you got women out here with equal amount of jobs. They do the same amount of work. They may receive the same pay or more, a little less or whatever, for their contributions to the job or whatnot. And that's cool. Yes, you got women out here that can move in the same place that you want to move into, in the same neighborhood communities with their credit or whatnot. The bank give them a mortgage loan or what, and then they go through that. Yes, women can drive the same vehicles. They can wear the same jewelry. They dress the same. They can do all these things the same as us, to where it'll have you under the illusion of, damn, you know what I'm saying? This like some equal shit going on, right? But you got to look deep into it and get off the surface of it and look deep into it. They're still protected. They're governmental protected. They're shielded. Like a child and like animals, Shelter, hey, they go to the government for that. Food, bills, they go to the government. Certain agencies and certain departments are set up for women to move along in life, with a little bit of assistance, a little bit of aid and help from the government. This is not men, fellas. So we are not equal, not at all. We are above and beyond everything that's beneath us. And if you guys, and I know I'm gonna get motherfucker gonna come in. No, fuck that shit. So what you saying? We can't do? No, I never said no. I broke it. Y'all do. Women do the same shit we do. Laws are set up different for them. you know, even though they can get tough and do the shit men do, you know, they open their mouth, run their mouth on you, you decide to go out like a man do, you're going to jail. And we don't advocate violence, but you get what I'm talking about. You want to pop some motherfucker in their mouth, slap them up, you're going to jail. And that's just what it is. Everything is set up for women, children, and animals to be protected, not us men, because it's expected for us to think logical, to think logical, to move logical, to actually function in society on logical terms and not actually fall on someone's shoulder and you need help with this, you need help with that. No, that's not happening, fellas. You either gonna work or you're not gonna eat. Not at all. Nothing set up for you. You may get a couple $100 in food stamps. I think they get it voucher shit to every motherfucker. But if you got a drug case and you've been in certain kind of cases, nah, you exempt from that. You ain't got nothing coming. I don't have nothing coming. If I don't work, I don't grind, I don't eat. And that's how it is with a lot of you fellas out here. And that's how it is with all of us men. It's supposed to be. You got your homosexuals out here. We got motherfuckers out here that's false flagging, running up under different rainbows and shit, different colors and shit, so they won't actually stand up and be a man. That's my beliefs. I'm sorry, But with that being said, fellas, we're not equal, not at all. Put your hard hat on, put your boots on, strap up your suit and tie, put your headset on, and get to work. Grind. Or otherwise, fellas, you will be left out. You're not a woman. You're definitely not a child, and you don't bark like a dog. You dig? So, with that being said, yes, fellas, we are not equal. We are above. We are the, I guess, alpha, omegas, or whatever. You can put it in that context. I mean, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? But we are on top of the food chain, and we run that motherfucker. That's what it is. Like these videos, share them, and subscribe. And y'all already know what time it is. Go join that Patreon. It's up, and it's lit, and it's golden. Holla.